Hey guys, Caleb with White Metal Games here, and I got a special treat for you this morning. We've been working on some conversions here in the studio, so I wanted to give you a brief rundown of what it is we've been working on and let you know the sorts of projects that we like to put together here at White Metal Games. So let's just go through these one by one and just think of this as a quick little fun video, just a sort of a treat for your morning. So first off, we've got this orc in War Buggy. Now this particular War Buggy is made from a Robo-Gear kit. That's a Robo-Gear, not Robotech, and it's called a Hunter. So it's a little Jeep that comes with a little missile gun. Now we're using a Havoc launcher for this particular buggy because we wanted it to count as the twin-link gun, and since orcs, or the twin-linked missile launcher, or rocket launcher as they call them in orcs. So anyway, since the Havoc launcher is a chaosy thing and orcs loot everything, we thought that was kind of appropriate. It also fits scale-wise the size of the model. It's not a tricky conversion. There's only a couple notes on this thing that are interesting. The first off is that the legs on this model are actually not orc legs. They're actually the legs from the traditional model in the kit. Reason being that they fit very, very well into the Jeep. And once you're looking at the model, you're actually never going to look at the legs. So your focal point on this thing is the face and is the missiles. So you're never going to be paying attention to the legs. So the reality is it looks great anyway. The orc himself is holding the steering wheel, and in order to get his hands to really grip that wheel effectively, we had to use, what do you call it? His arms are for the shoot arms that normally grip the rifle or the pistol, or just the shoot a rifle, I guess. And if you look real closely, I don't want to get too close because the focus will go fuzzy, but you can kind of see him gripping the wheel there. So that worked out really well. We like that model, and we're hoping to put together a few more of those and get those painted up. Second off, this is a Farseer on Jetbike conversion we did for a friend of ours. He's a client of the studios, and he is a small Eldar towel list, and so he wanted to work up a Farseer on Jetbike, and since GW doesn't manufacture the model, we thought it would be fun to do. This particular conversion we did a long article for on Spiky Bits, so we can focus that a little bit better. On Spiky Bits, which is at blog.spikybits.com, so you can check out that entire conversion there. I don't know if he's posted it quite yet, but once it's up there, you should be able to search for it. Just look for Farseer conversion or Farseer Jetbike, and you should be able to find it pretty easy. Parts of this model have been left off for the sake of painting ease. For example, the canopy has been left off. You can see here the canopy was made from a regular canopy top, plus this old Swooping Hawks backpack that we had laying around. The spear, the singing spear, is made from a lance that was part of a High Elf kit, and once that is glued into the hand there, it'll look really nice. It'll look dynamic, like he's about to hurl it or about to shoot it at somebody. And then the Farseer himself is a kit bash from a variety of kits, including a Guardian kit, some Eldar bits, just a whole bunch of different stuff. So he was a lot of fun to put together. We have put him on a larger 60mm base just for basing purposes, because as he's a mixture of a pewter model and a plastic model, he does tend to like to tip. So the wider base is a little more stable, but for competitive players, you could certainly put him on a smaller base. You would just need to weight him a little bit better. And finally, last but not least, this is a knob conversion we've been working on. So knobs are a fun model in that I really like the look of the knob, but the problem is the price-wise, they're like $22 or $23 a piece. They're just too expensive, I feel like. And considering that they're basically a Terminator, and you can pick up 5 Terminators in a box for about $10 a piece, I just feel like the price point is fairly inappropriate. Mostly this is just because GW hasn't redesigned the kit, and it's probably an old kit. It needs to be updated. In fact, there's not a kit at all. You buy them in blisters. So I definitely think it needs an update. So for this particular model, we used a War Machine Stalker, I think is what he's called. So you can get these from bits vendors online. You can also get them in the War Machine kits. You'll have them as scrap and spare. And what we did was we added on, we just took a couple conversion bits. We added on this custom Shoot a Flama. We gave him an orky head and an orky jaw, which we still need to green stuff up a little bit to show that it should mount to the side of his head. And we've got him this giant claw over here. And we had to shorten the feet just a little bit in order to justify that an orc can actually fit in there. Now he's leaning up against this paint pot right now because he hasn't been glued down to the base, because I haven't decided on what kind of basing options I want for him yet. I'm thinking probably something kind of industrial, but if I go with something a little more traditionally orky, just some dust and sand, that would be okay too. So I haven't glued him down quite yet, but there he is. And we can manufacture those for fairly cheap. So it's a fun model, it's a fun conversion, and I really liked it. And, we're going to do an article on that on Bella Lost Souls, for check out that soon in the future. And this is just a sampling of some of the models we can do. We really can do just about anything. We'd like to think that we can do any model, any size. We've built anything all the way up to Titans and anything all the way down to familiars. So the reality is, we're very versed in sizes. So if you're interested in having something converted or custom built, just contact us at info@whitemetalgames.com. And until then, put your minis where your mouth is.